this is what I used for the leaves on those trees. Sometimes you can find them in other plant type, things, but I mean, I paid $1 for this, so I bought 2 of them. You can take this wire and actually use that for the thing too. And I just cut these off here, and put them up in the top, eh? So that's what these ones are, eh? Because, man, it looks better than any other ones that I've seen, eh? Now these ones are a little bit wider, you can see, than the ones I had up here. These ones I paid $1 for, and these ones I would have probably paid, God, $8, like $7.95, because I bought them at friggin' Michael's, eh? But I wanted ones that nice little narrow ones, eh? And they were hard to find. So these ones I'm just going to improvise. Besides, there must be many types of palm trees, I would say. This would look good. This would look pretty good. That looks pretty good. Especially for the price. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 14, 21. 21 sets of these for $1. That's pretty cheap, eh? That's like 5 cents a piece. That's cheap enough that a guy can experiment with them anyways. What else did I find? These are cool. I use these a fair amount. I don't know what they use them for. Fruit nappies? Maybe butter or something, like when you're having meat or something, you got a little dish or something. What do they call them? Chutney cups. Chutney. I like chutney, actually. Anyways, you can see their little stainless steel cup. Okay, new day. I don't remember what I was doing before, but I can see all the stuff I've got here. This is a craft rope paper. What? Raffilla paper. They call it all different types of stuff, but paper rope, but it's basically this kind of weird plant papery type stuff, eh? It's kind of handy stuff for various things. So this is kind of more on these little deciduous trees that we're making out of wire. If you can see here, maybe not, because focus isn't always the greatest on this thing. See how the wire is, well, you can see it still, okay? Now you can keep putting on more coats of this stuff, okay? This kind of works good too, right? Oh yeah, I was doing a trip to the dollar store, that's where I was actually doing. Anyways, I found these there for about 5 for $1.50, It's not bad. They're chutney cups, eh? Little stainless steel chutney cups, eh? Really good for mixing stuff in, eh? Because then, well, they're easy to wash. They're easy to wash. They're small. They stack up. So, anyways, I just want to experiment with this one tree. What's all happening here lately? Anyways, what I did there was just mixed up a little bit of water with it. I tipped it over and poured it all out and show you, but can't. Okay, so taking one of these strips of paper, Raffle paper, dipped it in the container. I would show you that too, but really we're just dipping it in the container here. See, now it's all wet. Take your wire twist tree there. Just wrap this nice and tight around the trunk. Start at the bottom and work your way up. Now, it wouldn't necessarily, I guess, have to be this stuff, but it is really, they call it something, I think it's Raffilla. Probably. I mispronounce words all the time, eh? But anyways, it's a little bit tougher than just your average paper. So with this stuff, you know, depending on what kind of tree you're making again. Everything always depends on what kind of tree you're making. You know, you can build it up, give it a nice smooth trunk. You can do various stuff with it actually. Okay. There's another piece. Let's get extra here. It's actually better to tear it than it is to cut it. Okay. So tear your strips. Don't cut your strips, because then it gives. It basically feathers the edge. Okay. It's kind of like when you're doing drywalling. You know, when you're doing the paper taping. If you've ever done drywalling and you're putting on a piece of the tape, you don't cut those. Okay. You rip them, because then it fibers out the paper and it'll stick flatter to the wall. Okay, same principle along on here. If you have a cut edge, you'll see that sharp line through it. If you've ripped it, well, it's wavy because it doesn't rip straight, and the fibers of the paper are like my fingers, like this, so they'll lay down flatter and you'll get a much flatter appearance, So on the end piece here, like, see, I've got one really sharp edge, factory edge, and then this edge over here is where I've ripped it. So I'll put it on so that the wraps will hide the factory edge. Get the drift? Hard to say whether or not this is going to work. Like I said, man, a lot of this stuff is just experimenting, Just, I mean, just try it. Try it. That's all. So, yeah, I'm going to try this on a couple of these trees. Actually, what I should do is just show you what I use this stuff for normally. I think I did. I can do it again. Yeah, don't know what would be faster, doing this or coating it with the goop. Either method would work. So, anyways, just let that dry on there. You know what would work good too is Kleenex or tissue paper, you know, or toilet paper type stuff. As long as it didn't have a real well, even gets really soft, so a pattern may not matter. You know, sometimes the pattern is kind of, you know, you don't want the pattern. Okay, can we see up close? It's not bad. I mean, it still kind of looks like paper wrapped around there, so anyways, we'll let this bit dry here and let's pull it off. And what do we do with this? Because that's the nice thing about putting it in one of these cup things, You can move it. Now I gotta clean this up. Okay, I'll be back.